I know you were at the Senior Bowl, you met with everybody. At what point did the Saints kind of really become a big part of this process for you in terms of scouting and meeting with them?
Like I treat all teams with they're always like up there, but like the Saints, it was kind of surprising. I didn't expect it, but I'm glad the Saints picked me up because I have a lot of family members that are fans, and this is just a blessing for me.
How much outside zone run did you guys use in college? And is that something that you're pretty comfortable with doing?
Yeah, like our bread and butter at Oregon State was a lot of wide zone. I played for Jim Mahalchik, and that's like probably Oregon State's bread and butter. We were kind of known for that, hopefully. But we did that basically every game, the wide zone. So.
And what about your skill set? Do you think makes you like? What about your skill set do you think makes you well suited for that?
I think just being able to know how to run off the ball. I think some people don't think running is a big part of the wide zone, but I think it's all just straight angles and running off the ball, which I think I was a well taught guy from Coach Mahalchik. He taught me a lot of his stuff, and it works for us. So I feel pretty comfortable with wide zone.
Why were the Saints a surprising team, I guess? Is it because of who they already had on their roster?
Yeah, well, me and the Saints didn't talk too much, too much, but I know it's just like anything can happen in the draft. So just being able to get drafted by them is just crazy, but it's a blessing. So.
Where have you developed your game the most just in the last year or two?
I think in the run game, I think some people see that too. Just being able to help and play nastiness. First starting, people thought I didn't play too well in the run. So, I really try to up my game, and then I feel like I kind of showed that through the 2023 season. So.
The fact you were able to not allow a single sack your entire college career, what does it say about your ability to pass block?
That, I feel that, some people don't think I can pass block, but, I feel like just being able to show that, I have a lot of potential within pass. I still got a lot of stuff to learn, but, I feel like I'm in the right track with that.
And you played right tackle, of course, during your last year, but what do you think about your versatility to play on either side of the line?
I feel pretty comfortable. Obviously, I only play right tackle with reps at Oregon State, but, with Coach Mahalchik, he tries to move us around, guard. Left tackle was I didn't play too much of it, but, I still feel comfortable because, working off season, I've been working a lot of left tackle reps, so I feel pretty comfortable, everywhere on the line, mostly.
How familiar are you with this organization, like Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara, and have you ever been to New Orleans or Louisiana?
I've never been there. The team, obviously, yeah. You got Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara, and then you got Ramczyk at right tackle. I don't know too much about me. I don't watch too much NFL because you got to get away somehow. But I know this organization. They only love good, great things to come, and I'm excited to give these guys my all. So.
Did you say you had family members who are fans?
Yeah. So. You gotta ask the question who's from that area, but we don't really have, but it's just our family has a big variety of teams, 49ers, New Orleans, Steelers. So and now especially now since I'm now the whole family is basically
where are you watching the draft? What did you do for the draft?
I'm in Hawaii with because I have most of my family here, so I'm in Oahu right now.
Worst places to spend draft night, right?
You said what, sir? Sorry.
I said worst places to spend the draft night, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
What's your football background? What age did you start playing, and was this always your primary sport?
It was always my primary sport. I played at a young age, kindergarten, first grade. My dad just threw us in with the fourth graders, and I'd get beat up when I was a kid, but it definitely kind of helped toughen me up and learn how to play with a little more grit. So, yeah.
And obviously, the game has changed to where you can play left tackle or right tackle, and they're equally important. But why did you stick at right tackle? Obviously, you had a lot of talent, but what made that the right fit for you at Oregon State?
I think just where my O-line coach see me, I'm a big, listen to the coach and, what they got to say. So, we had a left tackle field and, right tackle needed a filling in. So, I just stepped up to the plate wherever, the best spot could play. That's where I wanted to play, wherever the coach thought best spot could be up.
Did you have any football heroes growing up playing football?
Football, what's their sorry?
How do you idolize, football growing up?
Yeah. When I first watched, it was kind of crazy. When I first watched football, I seen just the first poly player I've ever seen was Lofa Tatupu. And it's kind of like an old player, but he was a linebacker for Seattle. But, like growing up, you see Polynesian players in the league, it's kind of, it makes you want to drive to be something like that. So even though he's a linebacker and I'm an old lineman, I know it's crazy. But, yeah.
How big is your draft party? How big is your draft party? How many family members do you have there and stuff?
Probably around maybe like 100 something. Yeah, there's a good amount of people here, so yeah.
And is that all family or family and friends or?
Mostly all family. Then I got a couple friends here from Oregon State that came with me, so yeah.
What
What was the moment like when you first got the phone call?
Man, I kind of like jumped up. I looked at my agent and I'm like staring in the eyes, like, do I answer this? He was like, yeah, you answer. It's like, what are you talking about? So I answered the phone and just it's kind of hard to hold the emotion back. I'm not the biggest guy in showing my emotions, but it's hard to hold back after you get a call like that. So
what's the history of the weights you've played at in college, and where do you feel most comfortable?
Yeah, so I came into college when I was a freshman, like 340. But like each year, like when I first started playing, I tried to stay around 325, 328. Last season, I started at 335, and then I wanted to try it out, but I thought really like 325, 328, around those like weights feel pretty good.
At what point in your career did you feel like the NFL was a reality for you?
I was thinking this past season, I didn't think, I was like, I played football because, it's the sport I love to play. But, then you hear, media about like, hey, this guy, Taliese Fuaga, he's kind of coming up. And I think after the game I played against UCLA with Latu, a great guy, but I guess, people started, seeing me at my ability to play the game. So probably last year.
Did you play any other sports growing up?
Did I what, sir? Sorry.
Did you play any other sports growing up?
Yeah, I played youth basketball. I wasn't the best. I foul out maybe, but basketball was not my sport. I like volleyball, but man, when you get spiked on and it's coming straight at you, it's kind of hard to react to that. But basically, mostly just football.
It's funny you ended up getting picked one spot ahead of Latu. I know you also went him against in the Senior Bowl. What was it about that game that brought you attention?
I think just how good he is, especially you don't see a lot of finesse guys that can move like Latu or bend like Latu. So, me being able to do my thing, like show what I can do against Latu, I think kind of like showed a lot of teams that, like, hey, this guy can play the game too, Latu's a great player. Definitely haven't seen a player like that before. But yeah, great guy. So
what were some of the things on the menu at your draft party there? Items.
Like we're talking about
food, drink, whatever.
Drink, whatever, soda for the kids. I gotta stay hydrated over here in Hawaii. It's pretty hot, so I drink water. But you got like adobo. Usually do poly food, but there's still poly food here. There's like oka, we call it. It's raw fish. A lot of raw fish over here. Rice is just Hawaii. That's in general. Rice with everything, but yeah.
Talk about it being hot in Hawaii. How well you think you'll be able to handle the Louisiana heat?
I'm ready. I had a friend, Brian Thomas. He played for LSU, but he talks about like how the heat is down there. But I think I'm ready. I've always played Northwest, but sometimes you get tired of the rain. So I think it'll be good for me.
How do you know Brian Thomas?
We had trained together we're in California together, pre-combine. So.
How did that relationship start, and how's it developed since then?
Like it's tough because we do training, but we lift weights, and he's always a good guy. he's a quiet dude, but you know, he's still a great guy. He's good at Call of Duty. I don't know if he said that to anybody, but he's pretty good at Call of Duty. Over the times you get more conversation out of him instead of just a hey or hi. But I would say we're pretty solid friends. And he's a great guy. So nothing but the best of luck for that guy.
Who's better between you and him in Call of Duty?
I don't know. We had played Call of Duty together with all the guys I was training with, and I kind of dropped about 14 kills, and he had maybe 8. So I'd say I don't know. I think I let that speak for itself. So.
Could you expand on the work you've done this offseason or this draft cycle of working at left tackle? What is that kind of involved, and how did you like it?
Some people like to say it's like driving on the other side of the freeway, but it's the same exact thing at the right side. Now, basically, you just flip to the left. I don't really see too much of a problem, but it feels fresh, I would say, because I haven't touched it in a live game, but I feel good at left side. Yeah, that's all I can say, really.
It's only 4:00 in Hawaii. How long does the draft party last?
Well, yeah, I don't know, man. Family Hawaii time is, it gets pretty long, so I can keep you guys updated with that one. Maybe.
What do you feel is kind of now that you're making the leap to the pros, what do you feel is the next level step for you in your development and being ready for the next level of the game?
Yeah, just being able to go against, me. I imagine the best player I played in college football, and I imagine that guy. And I got to think about I'm playing that guy every single day, no matter who it is. These guys are, you're playing amongst the best of the best. So my thing is be ready to go against the best of the best. Be ready to go through adversity with these guys. So I think my mind's ready. So I'm excited.
And over the course of the last couple of years, as you wrapped up your collegiate playing years, what do you feel like are the elements of your game that you improved the most or maybe made the biggest leaps?
Like I said, trying to be a more nasty player, coming off the ball with attention to, move a guy from A to B with, they're fighting their hardest against me, but, I can move them and, it's a good feeling. So, just being able to do that kind of thing I feel helped my game, and I kind of took a leap with that. So, yeah.
Is being nasty a mentality? How do you work on that?
I think you gotta have, it's it's all in the mind. So I'm thinking, I have family, my thing is always family. So I'm thinking there's a linebacker there. You guys ever watch Waterboy, and you imagine this guy is, he's talking about my mom, or, he's talking about my brother. So, my attention is
Louisiana. That's exactly what it's like here in Louisiana, right?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about the idea of playing guard? Some people believe that could be your best spot in the NFL. Just what do you think about kicking inside if needed to?
I think I'm ready. People like to say, it's not guard's easier than. I feel like guard is a whole different position. It's you got guys in your face, and it's they're right there in your face right when the ball snaps. At tackle you got a little more time, but then at guard you're going against guys that are they're developing. AD just left the league, but you got guys like Chris Jones and all those guys inside. So I think it's just good competition in there, and just be ready to go against some big boys.
And Taliese, is any significance to what you're wearing tonight, your family and what you got on?
Yeah. So I just like to keep it cultural, man. Right now I got a safari on, what do you call it? It's just a EA with a shirt, a button up, but really it's just I just want to be able to show off my culture. I'm Samoan, so just be able to show these younger guys, and I see that Troy Faltano, he's wearing stuff like this too. So being able to show that for the younger guys, it's a blessing for us.
Hey, Tom.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Tali, what does it mean to you to become the first offensive lineman to be a first-round draft pick from Oregon State?
Man, that means a lot. Just because our mentality down there at Oregon State, we like to think blue collar, and it's just a blessing because there's a lot of guys great guys that have come from Oregon State. You got Andy Levitri and Isaac Silmalo. And, just be able to, be that first guy in the first round, it's only because of those guys that paved the way for me. And, Oregon State has always been a tough, like gritty school, and I can't thank them enough. And Oregon State is like the best reason, like the best thing I've ever done in my life to go there. I'm just thankful for those guys.
And how does it feel as well being able to be kind of next in line, carrying the Poly heritage into the NFL?
Yeah, that's another big thing too. I got a lot of family members, and Polynesians sometimes they fall into like stereotypical situations, and I want to be able to show like you can still be a goofy poly dude that likes to goof around, but when it's time to be serious and you come on the field, you got to be serious. So like being able to be a leader for the young generations, especially my family, is just it's a blessing, and I'm glad that I'm in this situation for them.
Have you been in touch with, I'm sorry if you mentioned this before, but have you been in touch with any of the other folks in the league already that are of the same background?
So I speak to some players that are like, like already gone, like Mike Ubati, he was giving me some information before, like how the whole like process is, and some other players hit me up, just Polynesian players, just to stay, like giving me like tips and knowledge that I could use for a guy coming to the league.
Awesome.
When you got drafted, Louis Riddick, one of the things he said was that he thought that you were a guy that could stick around for like 10 to 15 years and be a Pro Bowler. What does that mean to hear stuff like that?
It feels good. My thing isn't always about the money. I'm trying to carry my last name to the very top. Fuaga, I don't think anybody's met another Fuaga that has come to the league. So just being able to carry my family's name up there is a big thing for us, and it's just a blessing, and I want to be able to take it higher than you can ever could. So,
Tali, how did you feel like Oregon State's offense prepared you for the NFL?
I think it was just really the guys around me, and I think like the coaching staff, Coach Mahalchek, he's a tough guy. He's that guy. He got his dip and his Mountain Dew, so he's coming in ready to work every single day. And my guys in my O line, Jake Levengood, Joshua Gray, Henry Bloomfield, all those guys. Tanner Miller. These guys, I played next to a walk-on, and these guys, they work their butt off, man. And you don't really hear those players we had coming out of high school, but just being able to show that no matter where you come from, and it doesn't matter how many stars you get, no matter where you get picked, it's all about just playing football with your heart, man. And you just gotta be able to strain out there as an O lineman.
How many times have you seen The Water Boy?
Man, I don't know. A lot of times, I love Adam Sandler movies. Adam Sandler has some good movies, man. And that Water Boy was always probably, it's 1 or 2. I don't know. I like Happy Gilmore, so it's right there.
Also solid pick.
Yeah, I knew you were. What's the first Louisiana food you want to try?
Hey, sorry.
What's the first Louisiana food you want to try?
I don't know too much about Louisiana food. I think I like some spice, so anything kind of spicy a little bit, I like to try those kind of things.
You're gonna be all right. All right.
Yeah.
We got you.
Anything else for Taliese?
What's your thoughts on the upcoming process now that you got drafted, going to OTAs, training camp, and preseason?
I don't really know, but my thing is just trying to get to know my teammates and be the best teammate I can be out there for those guys, and help this team win more games, and I just want to be able to be the best teammate I can be, really. So yeah.
All right. Appreciate you taking the time, Taliese.
Thank you.
Congratulations. See you when you get out here.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, congratulations.
Congrats, Kool-Aid.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, I know that you were at the combine still kind of dealing with an injury and stuff like that, but you were able to kind of participate during your pro day. How's that process been going for you?
It's been going good for me, man. Just doing everything I can to rehab and make sure my foot's just getting back to over 100%.
Hey, Kool-Aid, how was the communication with the Saints throughout this process? Were you surprised that they were the ones?
Yeah, kind of a little bit. I mean, we had a great talk at the combine, so it's not very shocking. And based on the conversation that we had at the combine, I could tell that they was very highly and very interested with me.
What told you that? What made you think they were
Just
interested?
the questions that they were asking and how serious the meme was, and that you can tell that they actually cared and that they actually wanted to know about who I was as a person.
When you come into a team like New Orleans that, has such a pedigree for defense, especially here recently, like how excited are you? What do you feel like you're going to bring to an already very active defense?
Man, like you said, the Saints have a very special defense, so I'm just ready to be a part of it and just add what I can and tribute how I can to the defense and to the team.
If there's not a spot available right away on the outside, do you feel like you're somebody that would be able to contribute in the slot?
Yes, sir. Special teams, it really don't matter, man. I'm just going to get out there and show who I am as an athlete and who I am as a person too.
What kind of coverages did you mainly run at Alabama? Were you playing a lot of man there?
Well, at Alabama with Coach Saban, we play a lot of everything based off the week.
Yeah.
We played man, zone, split field coverages. 4-over-3, 3-over-2. We did pretty much everything with Coach Saban.
What's your approach to playing the cornerback position? Obviously, you've been facing the best of the best receivers in the SEC.
Man, I enjoy playing cornerback. I feel like that's what I'm strong at. I feel like that's one of my best. So, cornerback, I have no question at all.
You feel comfortable walking into, you mentioned playing a lot of different systems with under Saban and over at Alabama. How do you feel about moving into a more heavily focused press man system? Is that exciting for you?
That's what I primarily did at Bama. I played probably the most press man snaps in college football over the last 2 years, so I have no problem with playing press at all.
Is there anything that is like is there just a specific charge of playing with that type of physicality for you?
No, sir. I feel like it's a want to, man, and that's what I love, and that's what I want to do at all times. So I have no problem with it at all.
What do you remember the most about playing for Saban, and what's your favorite Nick story?
Just us being, Coach Saban was the punt return coach, so me being a punt returner, him always being in the back, just critiquing me and making jokes about how I catch the ball, just different things back there. I mean, every day we did something with special teams and punt return, so just being back there with Coach Saban, I have something funny to say every day.
Yeah, obviously you talked about corner. Did you talk at all about special teams returning punts at the NFL level, especially with the new kickoff rule? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I feel like I would definitely enjoy being a punt returner in the NFL. And also with the new rule changes, it looked like to me that the kickoff is kind of like punt return too now. So I would enjoy doing that too.
Kool-Aid, where did you watch a draft tonight, and kind of what would you describe the kind of atmosphere for your little watch party?
I enjoy my watch party. It's a lot of people here, my family, my friends. We're here in Birmingham, where I'm from.
Kool-Aid, I read a couple different scouting reports on you that both said you're more controlled than sort of aggressive and attacking or gambling. Like, is there anything to that you like to approach it, I guess, strategically?
I feel like at cornerback, it's a position that everyone can see a mess up. So I play the game the right way. I play the position the right way. I don't really gamble unless I know I can make the play. And I feel like that's the way the game is supposed to be played. Sometimes you can gamble and it look good. Sometimes you can gamble and it's going the other way. Like I was saying, cornerback, one of those positions that even someone who have never seen a football game or a grandmother that's never seen football, she know when a cornerback messed up. She know when a receiver and got to the cornerback. So just being honest with you, that's why I play the game the right way. I play cornerback the right way because I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that guy.
You got thrown into the fire in the SEC as a freshman, starting already. I mean, what did you have then that made you ready for that, and how much have you grown since then?
Sorry. I just feel like the coaches to me, I understood the system. I caught on very fast, even though it was a hard, tough system that we had to learn. I caught on very fast, and I was giving my all every day. Every day I was at Alabama, I gave my all, and that's what was able to get me out there on the field as a freshman.
Did you use grandma as an example for a reason there? Did your grandma get on you one time? If I'm missing
Nah, that's just how I look at it. Like, it can be anyone who never watched a football game. They see when a cornerback get get bombed or something happen bad with the cornerback. He's the last thing of the defense, so you can always see that.
And obviously, we're all going to look this up if we haven't already. You know, the origin of the nickname Kool-Aid. But can you put in your own words how you got it, and have you embraced it ever since?
Yes, I definitely embraced my name Kool-Aid, and I got the name Kool-Aid from my grandmother the day I was born. She said I had a Kool-Aid. I mean, I had a smile. I came out my mom smiling. She said I had a Kool-Aid smile. So yes, that's how I got the name Kool-Aid.
What's your real first name?
JaQuincy.
How you spell it?
Gaquincy.
Does anyone actually call you that, or is it just universally Kool-Aid?
Nah, I don't really get called JaQuincy for real.
Hey, Kool-Aid, I mean, I know you were really highly sought after recruit and everything. You probably envisioned this day happening a couple of times, but now that it's happened, what was the experience like being drafted?
Man, it felt good, man. You know, all the things I've been to as a person, all the work I've put in as a football player, you know, just felt good to hear my name called, man.
What was that wait like especially since, you know, they're from day 1 to day 2?
Oh man, just waiting on God, man. Just waiting on God, just putting in God's hands and waiting on God's timing, and my time was my time.
Kool-Aid, just your thoughts playing in the Superdome. I'm sure you played in there before.
Mm-hmm.
Just your thought.
Last time I played in the Superdome, I went off. I had a great game. We played against Kansas State, so get ready to continue that.
All right, thank you, Kool-Aid.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Welcome.
Kool-Aid. Congratulations. man.
Congrats.
All right, thank you, guys.
Go ahead, guys.
Congrats. Just what do you make of the pick or what do you make of the selection and finally hearing your name called?
Very excited, very blessed. You know, this has been a dream of mine since I was a little kid. I'm just blessed to be here, blessed that the Saints picked me.
How much pre-draft communication did you have with the team? Was it a little bit of a surprise to see them selected, or did you kind of have an inkling that they were interested in you like this?
You know, I definitely knew they liked me when I had a visit there. Had an amazing time down there in New Orleans a couple weeks ago on my 30 visit. Had a great dinner with the QB coach, great meetings with the coaches. I mean, it was amazing vibes down there with everybody, and you know, definitely clicked with them, and you know, knew they'd be in the mix, and very happy they came and got me.
What was it that stuck out to you during that visit that made you feel that way?
I just think getting to sit down and getting to know them, talk ball, was familiar with the offense, knew the verbiage. You know, they installed some plays, and you know, it was just fun getting to know them, talk some ball, and be around the facility. It was a great visit.
Spencer, you were the Senior Bowl game MVP. How much did that game and that week help you out to put you in a position like this today?
You know, that week was awesome for me. Went down there, created a lot of good relationships with players I've known or I played against or just got to meet. So for me, going down there was, you know, learning that pro offense, you know, getting that chemistry down with the guys quick throughout the week. And, you know, it was a very successful week. We had goals going into that week that we wanted to achieve, and we checked those off. So that was one of my favorite weeks for sure.
You mentioned that on your visit, y'all talked ball and you talked a little bit about the verbiage and everything like that. How do you feel like you fit into a system that is going to be new here in New Orleans?
You know, I feel confident. You know, I want to come in and learn as much as I can. Obviously, from the vets, a lot of great players in that room, a lot of great players on the team and coaches as well. So I just want to come in, soak in all the knowledge, and just work my tail off every day.
Spencer, what do you view as your own strengths, and what are the things you feel like you want to improve on coming into the league?
You know, I feel like I'm a quarterback that can make all the throws on the field. Very accurate, can extend with my legs, an athlete, go get a first down, an explosive run when I need to, can create and extend, make plays on the run. You know, just very confident in getting in and out the huddle and having command and leadership within the offense. And, you know, things I want to work on, I really don't want to get complacent in any area. I want to keep attacking. You know, how can we get the ball out quicker? How can we, you know, get better in every single area? You know, really break down things. And I don't want to circle one thing. I want to get better in every single area.
And just out of curiosity, because this is a food city, you remember where you had dinner on your 30 visit?
We just went to Fleming's. Good little steakhouse. Had a good meal.
Did you already have the Saints hat? How does this work?
Yeah, they sent all the hats out, so I had it ready to go, and go.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
I think you froze up for a second, but what in your conversations with teams, what was what was the I guess pitch you were making to them, or what were the questions they needed answered most as they were studying through you? Do you think?
Yeah, I mean, all my visits were great. Created a lot of good relationships. I think just getting to sit down with them and for them to see what I'm about. Everything is about ball and getting that. Saints saw that, and I'm very happy. That they picked me. Like I said, our visit was great, and I think we accomplished what we wanted to on that Saints visit. It was a great feeling, and I knew that could definitely be a spot where I could land.
What was the wait like to hear your name called, or just how did you kind of process today, and I guess even the first few days?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a blessing to get picked wherever. I knew, we were waiting around a day or two, but I was, had faith my name would be called today, and was just looking forward to it. We were going to be excited no matter what when my name was called. So I was very happy that the Saints came and picked me, and what a great feeling.
It's kind of wild to see. Obviously, you were with Mike and Bo at the Senior Bowl. It's kind of wild to see that many quarterbacks go off the board at the top end of the draft like they did.
Those are all good players, good quarterbacks, and whatever team felt like they needed to make that pick, they did. And you got to control what you can. That's something I live by, and I knew my time would come, and just ready to get to work, take advantage of every opportunity.
Spencer, how do you think your career arc and the highs and lows you faced in college shaped where you are today as you enter the NFL?
I think it helps me coming into this level. Being able to experience a little adversity early on in my college career, I think that helps. Because as a quarterback, especially at this level, you're gonna experience adversity if you want it or not. So I think having success, having adversity, that helps shape you as a player in person. And I wouldn't change a thing about nothing throughout college. So I'm ready for the next step. I know I'm prepared.
What are you most proud of over the 2 years at South Carolina and the way you're able to establish yourself there?
I just being accepted in there. It's like my home away from home now. I mean, I'm the best fan base in the country. It was amazing 2 years there. I just think back to when we beat Tennessee and Clemson back to back. Obviously that was a huge win versus Tennessee, and then beating Clemson. We haven't beat them in 7 years prior, and they had a 40-plus game home win streak to go on the road and win there back-to-back weeks. I mean, that was a great feeling. Being able to help that program trend up in the direction they want to be. Coach Beamer, couldn't be more thankful for him. He was awesome for me those 2 years there in the team. And then, Dal Loggins coming here this past year, he helped me a lot. And, I had a great 2 years there.
And where have you improved most as a quarterback in those 2 years?
Mm-hmm. When Coach Loggins came in, we had a list of goals that we wanted to improve on. It was protect the ball, use your legs because you are athletic, and just be precise, be efficient. I had a little too many turnovers in 22. We cut the interceptions down by 6 in 2023. Had too many fumbles I didn't need in 22. We had 0 fumbles this past year. I am an athlete and can think we did that. Showed we can tuck it and go and help the team get some first down, some explosive runs. So you got to have that dynamic as a quarterback as well. And then just efficiency. I felt like as a group, we were very efficient, explosive. And, we definitely took steps in those areas this past year.
Hey, Spencer, do you work with a personal quarterback coach? And if so, who?
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's here right now. Mike Giovando. Been with him since I was 11, 12 years old out here in Phoenix, Arizona. So credit a lot of my success to him. I mean, we've been grinding for this moment for over 10 years. So it's good we're here now.
In that same vein, have you been to the Manning camp or anything like that?
Yep, it's a full circle world. Archie Manning would text me every week throughout the season, just checking up on me, saying congrats, keep your head in there, whatever it was. He's always been in my corner ever since I went to the Manning camp 2 years ago down there Thibodeau, amazing family, love Archie. You know, being able to have that relationship, I think it's awesome, and you know, just blessed to be picked where you know he's a legend.
Spencer, what's your weekend been like? Have you been glued to the TV like Thursday night, last night? Do you have a draft party get together today?
Yeah, you know, Thursday we did something small and, you know, just had the family here, just watching the TV. Friday, the same thing. And then, you know, got a group of family here as well. You know, people close to me that helped me get me and just got all the day ones here, family and friends. And, you know, we've just been watching the TV. We're all happy.
This was a crazy day, crazy experience, for sure. But I'm just grateful. I can't even explain it, man. No cap.
Did you have a lot of communication at all with the Saints during your pre-draft process, or was this a little bit of a surprise for you?
Actually, it was a little bit of a surprise, to be honest with you. Like, big surprise. Grateful though, no cap. Very grateful.
Did you have any contact with them at all at any point throughout the process?
We might have talked. I think maybe the East-West Shrine Bowl, but not too much. Like,
Why are you so like, you know, just the surprise of it? Like, why are you surprised?
it was just we just didn't talk a lot. Like, it wasn't a team that, you feel me, communicated with me a lot. So this pick came as a surprise.
Is this kind of the range where you were expecting to be drafted though? Were you kind of starting to feel like it was about your time?
I just was waiting for my name to be called. I didn't really care where I went or when I was going. I just was waiting and grateful for the opportunity, any opportunity.
And just tell us a little bit about your game. If you had to, you know, define your game, what would you say?
I would just say, like, I'm a vertical threat. I spread the field. I'm able to play every receiver position, slot in, outside, and I'm just a playmaker ready to contribute to the wins.
And I was reading up some scouting reports on you, and like in every single one, it kind of mentions your ability on contested catches. What do you think makes you good on those?
I just use my size, strength, and just hand-eye, like, just concentration. I just use all of that as a weapon and go up and attack the ball at its highest point.
And is that a mentality as much as a physical attribute?
Oh yeah, that's a mentality. It's like I want the ball mentality. Like, if I get it, if I don't get it, nobody gets it type mentality. I need the ball.
Yeah.
Is there anyone in the NFL like you model yourself after or have watched a lot of film of?
I watch film on a lot of receivers in the league. Like, I wouldn't say I model my game after any specific receiver, but I take things from a lot of receivers in the league and kind of add to my game.
Bob, I say that talk a little bit about your college career, Louisiana Tech. You transferred to Pitt. Your experience there, maybe how you matured as a player and person there at Pitt.
Okay. Well, I did spend a little time at Louisiana Tech, a great time actually. In Ruston, Louisiana, man. I had a little Louisiana experience already, you feel what I'm saying? But I had a great time at Tech, but you feel me? Like, I just had to make a change for the better, you feel me, my career, I guess. And my time at Pitt was just elite, man. Like, Coach Stephon Underwood, like Coach Signetti, Coach Doozy, they made my time there great. Experience at Pitt, and they just led me here to this opportunity.
See that big smile when you talk about the state of Louisiana. Are you excited to make the return?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm excited to get back to Louisiana, man. I had some of the best times of college out there, man.
Are you aware that there's a restaurant called Bub's?
Oh, okay. I gotta try it out. Okay, cool.
Burger spot. So.
Okay, I gotta hit there.
What do you know about the Saints, if you know anything?
Well, like Reggie Bush them, but actually, when I was a freshman at Tennessee, one of the receivers that was in my room actually got drafted to the Saints, Marquez Callaway. Yeah.
Is he still somebody?
And my dog Alante Taylor, he out there too.
Are those guys that you've kept in touch with over the years?
I follow them on Instagram and stuff like that, but like we don't really talk too much.
The Saints made kind of big news for themselves over the course of the offseason with their transition on offense and wanting to go to a little bit more of a wide zone offense and things like that. Is that a scheme, a system that you feel like you'll fit into, and how do you feel like you'll be able to contribute to that?
Well, I feel like I'll fit whatever scheme. Like they can put me anywhere on the offense. I can play slide. I can play outside. I can run short routes. I can run intermediate routes. I can stretch the field down vertically. So I feel like I can fit in any scheme, and I feel like I'll thrive in that offense.
Do you like to block at all? Do you do any blocking?
Oh yeah, come on, man! Like if you don't block, you don't get the rock type mentality. You feel me? I understand. We all one team. You know what I'm saying?
I have a very good friend that covers Pitt football out there. He mentioned you as somebody that might be able to contribute on special teams as a gunner as well. Is that something that you're looking forward to doing at the next level?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm a football player, man. I'm looking to get it done any way I can to help the team get some wins. I'm that type of guy. Yes, sir.
Bob, while at Pitt, I'm just curious, you ever meet Larry Fitzgerald when he came back to Pitt?
Oh yeah, yeah. He came to practice one time. I got to chop it up with him for a little bit. We didn't get to chop it up too much because it was during practice. But yeah, I got to talk to him for sure. Great guy, no doubt. Legendary receiver.
Are there any current NFL wideouts that you spend some time talking to, or maybe even past NFL wideouts that you spend some time talking to, just in terms of like getting ready and going through the draft process?
Current NFL guys, probably not too many current NFL guys. Like Justin Ross, he worked out with my trainer, Top Chef TJ. So he be out there at the workouts. I asked him like how his draft experience was, and like we chop it up. Like, you feel me? Like we kind of cool for real. So like that's probably the only NFL dude that, you feel me, I could think of.
What was some of the advice that he gave you that was most helpful throughout the process?
Be patient and be ready to work. That's just what it is. Like, it don't matter where you get picked, just be ready to work whenever you get there. That's what everybody keep telling me. My trainer, anybody I talk to, like everybody, like they let me know. Be patient, and wherever you go, it's just step one again. You got to put your head down and grind.
You come off with a very positive personality, smiling, all that. Was the idea of culture building something that was like within your atmosphere when you were at Pitt?
Can you culture building? What does that mean?
Like culture building or like tone setting, anything like that. Did you feel like you had a leadership role there?
Yeah, I had a leadership role, but I was more of like a lead by example type person. Like I do say something when necessary, but I lead by going out there and putting in the work. For example, like the younger guys at Pitt will see me catching jugs or getting extra catches after practice, and I'll yell, "Hey, bro, where you going? Get some extra practice, get some extra catches," like stuff like that. But I'm just one of them workers, so I lead by example. They gonna see me on the field getting to work, no matter what role I play. I'm a starter. Like I was a starter on my team, 5th year guy, like, and I still get extra catches. I still be in the facility 10 o'clock at night getting reps. You feel me? Like I'm always working. I'm trying to get better.
You looking forward to having a practice back in 200-degree weather?
Oh yeah, come on, man. That's gonna be all right. I already experienced it, so it ain't nothing new, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much, man. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all.
You feel to get the phone call a little while ago?
Say it again.
How did it feel to get the phone call a little while ago?
Yeah, it felt good. This whole time I was like, I won't cry, but I was definitely fighting tears when the call finally came. So, I think it's just a surreal moment, for everybody that's getting their name called, to all the, sacrifices and, the hard work and everything that you have to put in to, just be considered, let alone be picked. It's definitely a full circle kind of surreal moment. So, it's hard, not to be proud of yourself and let those tears fall sometimes.
Hey, Jalen, you've, if I remember correctly, you compared yourself before to Levante David's game. What is it about? Yeah, what is it about that game that you feel is in yours that you bring?
The biggest thing for him compared to other linebackers is just his ability to really, roam the middle of the field, whether it's in coverage or, kind of dissecting plays. from the snap. Offenses that get tricky, and at linebacker, you kind of gotta anticipate a lot, or be one of those guys that kind of knows what's going on. And so I think Levante David does that well, and I feel like I do as well. I do it pretty good as well. So just trying to roam the field, whether I feel like I do pretty good in coverage. I felt like I dissect plays really, really well. So, I'm just looking to improve my game. Luckily, now I got some guys some vets to learn under, some great vets, actually. So, I'm really excited.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that next. So you talked about instinct and play recognition and things like that. Now you get to be in a linebacker room with DeMario Davis. How's that feel?
Man, it's crazy because since he's been in the league, just watching him and understanding that he's one of the top three. You could put him in that category as being one of the best linebackers in the league right now. So for me, understanding that my goals is to be right there, where he's at. I think that it means a lot, and I'm just glad that I get this opportunity. And I can't wait to get in there and soak up everything like a sponge. So I'm excited.
Were you aware that the Saints were looking at you? How was your kind of interaction with them throughout this process?
Yeah, so we talked. They came to my pro day, and then I had a lot of feedback from the GM after. But it's crazy just that draft part, and just sitting there, and you don't really know. You hear these teams like and you just kind of sit there and wait. But I think the best thing is that no matter who picks you, or no matter who decides to get you, it's always meant to be. And so for me, I feel like the Saints wanted me, and I'm just really grateful that they've given me an opportunity to come out there, compete, and earn my keep. So I'm just really excited to get that chance.
Who did you meet with the Saints?
I met with Coach Hodges. So we had a good conversation. We watched some tape, and kind of just gave him my backstory. And it kind of went from there. I told him that, I was ready to compete. They told me, they're looking for me to be on special teams, getting that, that LB room and compete, and just, do what I can, do my part to help this team win.
Jalen, what is your special teams experience, and in what roles have you gotten a lot of?
I've done a lot of special teams throughout my, my career at college. So I'm not really, foreign or new to that. So I think for me, understanding that's how you kind of get on that field and add value to yourself. And then it could take you a long way. So I think for me, I already got a good mindset about, special teams and, and my ways of competing when I get there, and, get my feet on that grass. So I'm just looking to come in there and make a name for myself, whether it's special teams or, just helping the guys elevate the room. So.
How are the changes in the new kickoff rule? I don't know, have you been able to look into that very much? How does that impact?
Yeah, I think so. From my understanding, the new rules allow they're kind of like having bigger guys, so like guys my body size, or you don't have to run down the field as much. So being able to get out there and play special teams is huge. So I think the way they changed it up, it kind of adds more value to linebackers and tight ends, those bigger bodies that can get off blocks and go make plays, or making blocks.
Jalen, how much pride do you take in where Texas was when you got there, and where Texas was when you left?
I take a lot of pride in it. For me, part of the reason for me coming back my senior year instead of declaring for the draft was because of that progress and that elevation that I was a part of at Texas. And I felt like I wanted to come back and win, and so that's what I did. That's what we did. We were able to turn that program around. Stark came in, he gave us the blueprint. A lot of us listened, and we took it. We took everything that they gave us and kind of bought in, and we were able to become successful off of it.
Haven't had a lot of chance to watch you, but reading scouting reports, it seems like a lot of credit for your ability to dissect, diagnose. How much pride do you take in that being a strength of yours?
Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
I said a lot of the scouting reports credit you for your ability to dissect, diagnose. How much pride do you take in that part of your game?
Yeah, I take a lot of pride in, being a student of the game. At linebacker, I feel like you got to be one of the smartest guys out there. Especially when they trust you enough to, if you're that green dot guy, or you're the guy that's got to get the rest of the defense ready. And so I feel like me, staying in that film room and watching film and getting to understand offenses and just, learning football and just being a student of the game. I think that helped me to be able to dissect plays and kind of be a step ahead. And that actually, helps with, being sideline to sideline, stuff like that, anticipating where the ball is going. It allows you to create turnovers and just, be a playmaker. So I think that's a huge part of my game and what I look to elevate even more.
And I read somewhere that you keep a Dick Butkus card in your wallet. What's the origin of that story?
Yeah. If y'all lucky enough, I got it. Hold on, let me go get my wallet. If y'all lucky enough, I think I got it in my wallet still. But yeah, so for me, it was just I wanted to win a Dick Butkus. So I was lucky enough I did like this Panini card deal as an NIL thing, and I opened the package, and one of the cards that came out was a Dick Butkus. And like at the time, Dick Butkus was like, it was getting that award was really like, it was important to me, or, just being a finalist or whatever. So, and once I got the card, I thought it would be pretty cool just to keep it as a reminder of, what I was trying to achieve. Kind of like a motivational thing, something, I can always look at. To keep me reminded about, the things that I'm trying to achieve. And, for me, my biggest thing is I want to be, one of the best linebackers. When people think about linebackers, or when people think about me, it was like, man, he was a hell of a linebacker, so that's what this card represents. And it's just, it's just a reminder for me. And I think it was pretty cool that the story got out and that people, liked what I was doing, or, appreciated me for understanding the guys that come before me. And so, like I was saying earlier, I'm a student of the game. So there's, I watch so many linebackers. And so I'm just looking to build on, the great ones that have come before me.
When it comes to alignment in the second level, Mike, Will, Sam, where do you feel like you fit best, even though you might be able to play all three?
I would definitely say I'm a Mike for sure. That's just where my heart is. I've been able to. I played there. I'm a lot comfortable. Just being in that room in the field, kind of that field general type of player. But honestly, I feel like my mentality and the experience I've had playing linebacker, I feel like I could play any position that they ask me to. It's all about mental. So whatever they ask of you, if you really have that mindset and the determination, you could do anything. So wherever they want to put me, I'm fine with that. I just want to help the team win, and like I said, earn my keep. So I'm really excited. Hopefully, they know, they know that I really like to play Mike. So we'll see. But at the end of the day, I'm just ready to get out there.
You feel like communication is a strong point of yours when it comes to that position as well?
Say it again. You said, do I feel communication?
Yeah, just like Mike and all that. You got to communicate.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Communication is, that's probably one of the biggest things as a linebacker is making sure you communicate, whether it's to the front or the back end or, to the guy next to you, making sure everybody's on the same page. I think a guy that I like to watch who did that a lot was Luke Kuechly. He's a great communicator throughout his defense, IDing stuff. Anything he saw, he wouldn't keep it a secret. He would tell the rest of the guys. And I feel like that makes you, more appreciated having you out there on the field. And then it just brings value and it shows that, you really know what you're doing out there. So I'm looking to just build on that, and be one of the loudest guys if I have to. So
obviously as a communicator, you say Luke Kuechly. How about as a player? Are there any linebackers that you've watched kind of modeled your game after?
Yeah, there's a lot. Right now, I would say Fred Warner, just because of the way the game is today and how it's played. His ability to, whether they want him to line up and rush, or they want him to line up and drop back in coverage, or whether he's moving sideline to sideline, flowing through traffic and making plays, making TFL. So I feel like the versatility he has is something that I try to mirror my game after. I want to be somebody who doesn't have to come off the field, somebody who can make plays at crunch time, somebody who can, when the time is, when it's time to make a play, like they're looking at, they're looking at you. And so I kind of want to be that guy. And so I mirror my game after Fred. DeMario is one guy that I feel like he's a bigger guy. So he's a lot more physical and he's violent than, a lot of linebackers out there. And I think that is what I really love, and that's what I'll try to put in my game as well. So I'm just really excited I get a chance to learn from a guy that I've been watching on film. It's pretty crazy. It's real.
How do you feel about the way that the linebacker position has changed over time?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that no matter how much the game changes, I feel like you'll need a linebacker out there just because of the things that they do or the things that they're willing to do. A lot of positions don't do it or they just aren't comfortable with it, and so I feel like although the game has evolved to something where it's more spread out, they like guys that can move and you don't have to be as big anymore. They don't on defense, and so I think linebackers that one position that is it'll evolve, and I think linebackers just evolve with it. And so, like I was saying, they don't look for guys that are just strictly run stoppers anymore. They look for linebackers that can blitz, that can rush the passer, that can drop back in coverage, that can cover backs on man to man. And so I feel like as I evolve my game now, I feel like I can accomplish all those things and be a player that can do all of it. And so I'm really looking forward to being able to perfect my craft moving forward.
Have you been to New Orleans previously? Are you familiar with the area?
Yeah, so my dad's side of the family is from Shreveport, Louisiana. He kind of was in New Orleans for a little bit before he moved to Texas. So I do have a lot of family in Louisiana. New Orleans specifically, the last time I was there was actually January when we played Washington in the college playoffs. So I'm a little familiar with the area. It's not too far from where I'm at. So I'm really excited to be. I'm still in the South. And I know New Orleans is an amazing city. I love the culture. I love the people. So I'm really excited to kind of embrace it and be a part of it. I love the the who that all that stuff. So I'm really excited and a great fan base, and I'm just glad I get to be a part of it.
Sounds like you'll fit in with your music taste a little bit too. With was it Youngboy and Wayne on your playlist?
Yeah, so Lil Wayne for sure. Lil Wayne is my guy. My I guess they call it like pump up song or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's any Lil Wayne. I think I'm probably gonna go with I'll go Carter 3 or Carter 2, one of those as my top albums. But Lil Wayne is definitely somebody I'm listening to before the game, and so I'm hoping to meet him one day, maybe out there. You'll never know. So I'm excited though.
Did you know he's a Packers fan though?
He's a Packers fan.
You might say
I didn't know that, but I don't think that matters. No, I'm not gonna. But yeah,
sounds like you're gonna fit right in, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Jalen.
Have a good one, man. Safe travels.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Congrats.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
How's it feel, man?
Feels amazing. I mean, I feel blessed for the opportunity. And, I get to go down to the booth and, I get to put in work and be with a great organization. So, I'm ready.
And you had something like 16 top 30 visits or something like that over the course of this offseason. You're really busy. How did the New Orleans Saints maybe stand out to you a little bit?
I mean, they stood out, the type of mentality that they had, their coaching style. And, I feel like the coaches, we really clicked. And they were my second 30 visits. So, they were one of the teams that wanted to get with me right away, right after the combine. And, they've always showed love. So.
Hey, Christian, apologize. I haven't watched a lot of Northern Iowa games down here. So if I'm in your words, what do you think is the strength of your game?
Strength of my game, I feel like, I get off the ball. I play a great pad level. And, I got a high motor. I'm going to bring it every single play, and I feel like I'm a smart player also.
Christian, what was that East-West Shrine Bowl experience like for you?
It was great. I got to compete, not just against really good players, but I got to play with really good players that, got drafted second, third round. So, that was a great experience. I got to be coached by NFL coaches, which is really cool. And, I added that to my game.
Christian, what's it like playing football at Northern Iowa?
I mean, it was great. I mean, we're known for grit, toughness, and, I feel like coming from that type of program, I feel like I could play in the next level just because I came from that type of program, and that's what we're built off of.
you see yourself at one technique or like a different technique, one technique, three technique, whatever at the next level? Is there one that you feel like you're best suited for at the moment?
Yeah, I feel like a one technique, that's what I'm best suited for at the moment. I feel like I could come in and make an impact right away and develop into a three technique. But I feel like I'm coming in as a one technique for sure.
Christian, I know a lot's probably happened, but have you talked to Trevor at all, or have you kept up much since he got drafted?
Yeah, he actually was training at training house with me for a few weeks. So, it's kind of crazy how this just played out. And now, you guys got two UNI dudes. And, I feel like Trevor's about to have a breakout year. I feel like I'm going to have a really good rookie year. So I'm excited.
Is there anybody that you would say that you maybe mold your game after, or that your game is comparable to in terms of what you hope to bring to the next level?
I feel like there's a lot of dudes, but I feel like the closest right now is Dexter Lawrence. Of course, he's a different type of beast, but I feel like our games have similar similarity, and I feel like I could make an impact just like he does.
You've mentioned yourself in interviews before as somebody that's maybe a little bit more polished, at least at this moment, as a run stopper, but do you feel like you've got more left in terms of what you can contribute as a pass rusher that you can develop?
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like I haven't reached my ceiling at all, not just in the run, but especially in the pass. I feel like I can improve my pass game and, be a dominant factor in the pass for sure.
And what are some of the things that you would like to add to your game to help you get there?
Definitely just some counter moves and working on my hand speed and hand quickness. I feel like I've been working with my trainer down here, and I'm excited to go and work with D-line coaches at New Orleans, and I feel like they can help reach my game to the next level.
Just beyond physical attributes and having a high motor, like what is it about being a run stopper? Like, is it vision? Is it instincts? Like, what are some of the other things that you feel like make you good at that?
I feel like it's mentality. That's the main thing. I feel like if you got a mental, like you got to go in there and bring it every single play. It's the trenches. It's the NFL's grown ass men. You bring it every single play, and you play with violent hands, play with quick feet, solid technique. I feel like you'd be really effective in the run game.
Hey Christian, where are you doing your training, your pre-draft training?
I was training at Minneapolis, at training house in Minneapolis, and then now I'm back home in Kansas City training.
Have you ever been in New Orleans before outside of the top 30?
No, I haven't.
Would you consider yourself on the interior a little bit more kind of a power move guy, or do you feel like you're a little bit more, finesse?
I'm definitely more powered. I'm 6'2", 325. I use my power to my advantage. I like getting offensive linemen off their heels and, shocking them and shedding them. And, I feel like my bull rush is really good too. So I'm a power rusher.
Are you familiar with Brian Brzee?
With who?
With Brian Brzee, the first round pick out of Clemson last year?
No, I'm not. But, I understand who he is. I know who he is. And I understand he's a great player. And, I'm excited to play with him too.
One of the things that was kind of tagged on him as he was coming in a lot was kind of being quicker, kind of quick for his size. I know you've said that about yourself too. Is that something that you feel like you're, going to continue to expand on? Like how important is that to your game?
I feel like it's huge. You got to be quick and powerful, especially in the defensive line, and especially in the 1 and 3 tech. You got to be quick and powerful. And I feel like I use that to my advantage, especially for being 325. I feel like I'm really quick.
You set a school record. Was it 38 reps over there at Northern Iowa? What was that kind of like for you, and that sharing that moment with your teammates and such?
It was amazing. I got to break the school record for bench press for pro day at UNI, and I didn't even know it was the bench press record until I got done, and it was an incredible feeling, and I was truly blessed to do it in front of my teammates and my family.
So you didn't have a number in mind; you were just going, and you just happened to break the record.
I feel like my number in my mind was 35 because the most I hit before that was 33. And so, if I got to 35, I would have been really happy. But I got to 35 and I knew I could do a few more. And I kept going. And, it was a special feeling.
What was the school record?
37.
Gotcha.
Didn't you get team captain status last year, right?
Yes, sir.
How important was that to you, and how'd you enjoy stepping into that role?
That was another incredible feeling, being voted the team captain by my coaches and my teammates. That was an amazing feeling. And, that was definitely one of my best feelings I had being at UNI. And, I'm blessed that they voted me for that. And I feel like I showed well stepping into that leadership role.
You know, when you're down here meeting with the Saints, obviously you met with a lot of people, but what were your impression of the defensive coaches? Obviously, Todd Grantham is the defensive line coach. What was kind of their messaging to you in terms of their expectations, why they were drawn to you as a prospect?
I mean, they knew, I had great size and I played with great leverage and I played with a great motor. And, they really liked that about my game. And, they feel like I could develop into a really good player. And, I feel like I could do the same. And, I'm glad they made that decision.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, man. Congrats.
Congrats, man. Christian, appreciate you taking the time.
Can't wait to get down there.
Complain, man. I got our media here. We're going to go ahead and get started.
All right, cool. Let's go.
Hey, Josiah, just talk about your reaction, any contact you might have had with the Saints, if you're expecting it, all that good stuff. Uh-oh.
Pretty quiet.
Davis.
Hey, Josiah, you're on mute.
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Now we can, yes.
Yeah, so man, what was that? Sorry, I'm so sorry, y'all. I met with the Saints at the Shrine Bowl. I met with them at the Combine, and it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. It's so exciting. It's been a long process. Being with so many different teams, not sure, not knowing where you're gonna go. I'm sitting there while basically watching the whole entire draft, and I'm super excited right now.
Obviously, you moved from defensive tackle to offensive tackle pretty late in your football life. Did you envision it might help you get to this point?
I found D-line coach, my D-line coach, my head coach, and we were talking. He was talking about making it to the league, and he was talking about how talented I was, how he felt about me. He said, "Listen, I feel like your best chance to make it to the league is playing offensive line, and I'm a team-oriented guy. I'm a guy that always wants to help out the team, make the team as best as I can." So I was like, you know what? I'm willing to do it. I'll do it. I wanted to see the field. I wanted to help the team out. I was ready to go.
Hey, Josiah, I know you spent most of your playing time at right tackle, but did you practice or try any of the other positions in the offensive line as well?
So when I first moved to offensive line, I was playing right guard. So I was kind of like, I guess you could say like the team was like kind of easily ingraining me into offensive line play. And then I played most of my career at right tackle, did some practice left tackle when I was at EKU every now and then, as well as, at the Shrine Bowl, played some left tackle as well.
Do you have a place where you feel most comfortable? I know that you got a lot of starts at right tackle, but is there a spot you feel most comfortable?
I mean, yeah, I guess right tackle is where I'm most comfortable, but I'm willing to play whatever position the team needs me, honestly.
How have you gotten better on the offensive line? Like especially last year, your final year when it was more familiar to you. Where did you see that growth play out on the field?
Just like technique, getting better with my footwork, getting better with my punch, my timing, just overall like just football IQ as well, and understanding what it means to be an offensive lineman. I've been doing all kinds of things to get better.
Who are you watching the draft with?
I was watching it with my family, but I had to, I knew you guys wanted to do this media, so I'm in my room right now in Dublin, so I had to, get away from everybody real quick. I'm all over the place, honestly. I'm so sorry.
No,
you're good. It's great to see you.
We also had a little connection blip when you were talking about when you moved from defensive line to the offensive line. We heard the second half of it, but you said the coaches initially approached you because they needed help on the offensive line, or they thought it'd be good for you specifically?
I mean, it was kind of like we had good offensive linemen, but they felt it would be best for me. I mean, they felt if I moved to offensive line, it would help the team even more. I mean, we were already ascending, but they felt like it was going to be at an even another level. So,
So I say you came in with like a 85-inch wingspan at the combine, like 35-inch arm. Do you use your length to your advantage when you're out there playing tackle?
Yeah, I definitely use my length to my advantage. I'm still new to offensive line. I'm still trying to perfect my craft. So, definitely I'm just gonna keep grinding away. Just keep try to be the best player that I possibly can be.
And I'm sorry, I might have missed this at the very beginning, but you worked with Jari Evans at the East West Shrine game. I'm just curious what your impression was of him, and he's another guy who came from a small school and built a big career in the NFL. Did you guys talk about that?
I actually didn't get to talk to him about, like his career and stuff like that, about him being at a small school, but I did get to work with him at the Shrine Bowl, and I liked him a lot, and I felt like he had helped me out a lot, especially when I had to play left tackle during the Shrine game, and, I had to kind of still get the footwork down, but yeah, I feel like I have a really good relationship with Jari, so yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I one small thing for you, sorry, but when it comes to the Saints right now, they're working on implementing a new offensive system, a lot of outside zone run. What's your familiarity with that play style?
So I did quite a bit of outside zone at EKU. So something that I was actually pretty good at. And that's what we're going to be running at the Big Easy. Like, hey, I'll do. Hey, let's do it.
Well, what do you enjoy about that style of play as an offensive lineman?
Especially with like bigger interior guys, if a team's like have a lot of big defensive tackles that like stuff to run, get those guys moving, you can definitely tire them out. Also opens up the field, especially if you got a fast running back in the backfield. So, definitely, get guys that's kind of, get running backs in space and let them make plays,
Cool. Thanks, Josiah.
Thanks, Josiah. Congratulations, man. Looking forward to seeing you here.
I appreciate y'all.
Of course. Travel safe. Enjoy time with your family.